Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to 40 Ouncer Friday on Rangers Radio. On the panel tonight, we've got Bridgeman with all the facts about Hamilton, and we've got our Fox, who's got Stephen Gerrard, Andy Halliday presser. We've also apologies from Kyle and apologies from the BBC, believe it or not. Reports on the fitness. Stephen Gerrard's given us a bit of detail about that. But anyway, first of all, the formalities. Good evening, gentlemen. How are we?
Good evening, you pair of old cowboys.
Oi, oi. Cowboy Fox. Cowboy Fox. Can I just say a big good evening to you and Foxy, and a huge good evening to the boys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans all over the world. Good evening, and welcome to Rangers Radio.
Well said, Bridgeman. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Cowboy night. Just to remind the boys in the lobby.
My old man had a really deep voice, true, you know. And he sung that. It was a "Do not forsake me, oh my darling." Oh, God Almighty, you couldn't get down there discreet.
High noon.
Oh, that's like that bum bum. Absolutely brilliant.
We're talking a high noon. When's the kick-off on Sunday?
I think it's a 1:30 kick-off.
That's indeed, Bridge, 1:30.
There you go there. But anyway, how are you, Fox?
Above ground at the moment, mate. I'm quite happy about it.
Above ground. What a dreadful thing you say, by the way. You're a lot better now than you were a week ago, aren't you?
I am indeed.
Blue Shadow says, was that Lee Marvin singing there?
Shadow.
It's more like Peggy Lee. Shadow.
It certainly was.
We've got a caller on the phone here. I think it's Skipper, but I'm no betting on it. Yep. Evening, Skip.
Oh, yes, the Triangle Man.
Hello, fellow Triangle lovers. How are we?
How we doing, Skipper?
So it's Cowboy night, is it?
It's Cowboy night.
Well, you started this off in the lobby. What are you asking us for?
Are you doing your horse cart right?
Oh, my God.
That job's been taken.
How you doing anyway, Skipper? All right?
I'm good.
Good, man. Good to hear you. What's on your mind tonight, pal?
Well, what's on my mind is, I put in the lobby earlier in the week that fancied a wee meet-up on the 11th of November at the Remembrance Service in George Square. Then maybe grab a wee bit of lunch and then over to Ibrox for the Motherwell game. But I thought I would phone in because not everybody can see the lobby.
Aye, sounds good, mate. Sounds good. So that's Skipper, the call's going out there to meet up. What's the details again? George Square, did it say, Skipper?
Yes. Well, the Remembrance Service in George Square in the morning.
Okay.
And then we grab a bit of lunch in anywhere that will let us in. And that's no guaranteed.
Aye, I'll turn up for that, Skipper. I'll meet you there.
So there you go, guys. You can tie in with Skipper for that or just turn up. I'm sure you'll recognise the boys off of Rangers Radio. They all kind of slink about.
Skipper,
the cowboy hats on.
Aye.
Skipper, you'll have to accept my apologies now. I won't be able to make it. I will be in Tenerife at that time.
You're one of the ones that would have gone kept out the pub.
That's true, Skipper.
And can I just say as well, if there's anybody on the lobby or whatever that had my phone number, can you send me a text because I lost all my contacts?
I'll do
You've
that.
got mine, haven't you?
Yes, you sent me yours, Bridge. Thank you very much.
That's for that Tinder. How's that Cumbrian doing? She's still annoying you in the lobby, Skipper?
Well, what can I say?
You're not.
No, I'm not quite. I'm not going to say anything because I'm not quite. Unlike Cumbrian Bear.
All right, mate. All right.
Oh, what a person you are.
I will tell you this.
Tell us.
He's got another woman in his life.
Is he?
Oh,
no.
For goodness sake.
Over and above his daughter.
he popped Jacqueline after Blue Shadow.
Oh,
Right.
no.
I heard they was going out with a bird with a wooden leg and she broke it off.
Oh, brilliant.
Put it in the fire.
Skipper, we've not heard from you much on the football side of things. How do you think things are going along at the present time?
I'm very, very happy with the way things are going, folks. Really.
You enjoying going back to the football again and actually getting entertained?
Aye, that's a big plus. But, I mean, even the whole atmosphere at Ibrox now is completely different. Everybody else seems to be right upbeat. Till they meet Bridgeman, then it all goes downhill.
Anyway,
So I'm very pleased with the way things are going. And obviously we're going to have our stumbles along the road like we did at Livingston and whatnot. I don't think you could argue for a second that the management team are getting things right more often than they are wrong.
I think you're bang on, Skipper, but it is early days yet, you know. And
Oh yes, aye.
with all due respect about the atmosphere at Ibrox, I think it's back to normal. It seems to be, you know, we're getting reminders. We're looking at that game with Rapid Vienna and the previous European games we'd went through, and that's what we've come to expect. That's what we grew up with at Ibrox, and it's great to see the nights back. It's great to hear a smile on the face. And on here, man, it was like that advert for Anderson's funeral. Directors I see on the telly on here for about 4 years, so it was. But the atmosphere's entirely different now, and you know, as far as I'm concerned, I think it's back to normal. I feel like here's hoping we can do something this season, maybe a cup or two, and even 55, who knows. Atmosphere absolutely brilliant. Even listening to you guys on here and everything, I just love it. And that's where we should be. That's the way it should be, being a Rangers supporter. So absolutely great for me.
I agree wholeheartedly. True, you know, as you say, it's the way it used to be. You know,
Bang on,
you
mate.
used to spend all week saying, "I'm going up to Ibrox on Saturday."
Aye.
You know, oh, who was
Couldn't
coming? Oh, whoever it was, you couldn't wait. As you say,
Nope.
for the last few years, oh my God.
Aye, you're dead right, mate. You know, it used to be, you know, the way things are now, you can't wait to the next game. You know, a couple of years back there, you're like, Stenhouse Muir, here we go. You know, it's just, there wasn't anything there. There wasn't a light at the end of the tunnel. That was the way it seemed for a few years, you know. But absolutely fantastic. And I love talking to all you guys because you're all that positive in your own wee way. But we've been joined by Jimmy for Nightwood as well. Evening, James. How are you, mate?
I'm fine, guys. How are you, Rudy? How are you? Rudy Bridgeman, True. I think that's Skipper. How you doing, Skipper?
Good, Jimmy, yourself?
I'm brand new, mate. I'm brand new. All fixed here. I've been struggling here in the last 3 or 4 nights, but everything's sorted now. Good positivity about Blue in it. Same as what Skipper says. I mean, we've all been going to see the Gers for a long time, and I've said this many times on here. The joy and the laughter that's in the Rangers fans now, wherever we are before and after the games, going to the games and coming back, it's there for all to see, and it's good football, good banter, and it all goes together, and that's the way it should be. Mostly it's going back to the 9 in a row times when we're winning everything in the head. But do you know something? We're getting near that feeling now that it's togetherness, you know, there's no bitchiness, you know, and it's great to see, and it's really enjoyable going to Ibrox now. No matter what establishment I go for a beer before the game, my big boy. But I'm really enjoying it, True. I've always said onwards and upwards, things are looking positive. And the next 3 or 4 weeks is going to be a big time for us, you know, with the Cup semi-final and other league games we've got that, but the European game. But yeah, really enjoying it, True. I'm really enjoying it, mate.
I missed my unmute button there. You're bang on, I mean, it's interesting to hear you talking about, you know, a togetherness with the Rangers support as well. You know, a few years back there, all the fans groups were at each other's throat. It seemed there was a new fan group starting every week. Then there was individuals coming to the fore, and it was dreadful, absolutely dreadful, you know.
Aye.
But that was never a way Rangers supporters behaved. You would go to a game, even on here, we'll disagree with each other about certain aspects of, you know, the Rangers and everything else, and it's acceptable. But it really got bitter with a lot of people, you know, it really did. And that was, you know, I found that really distressing at the time. But as I say, I just feel as if we're back to normal now. We've got a Rangers team we can go. The most important thing for me is we've got genuine expectation now. Rather than, you know, I think a lot of us were kidding ourselves on about some of the players we had a while back. You know, I don't know what you think of that.
Can I just say something there? Skipper, you still there? Oh, he's away, isn't he? Skipper,
he's away, mate.
Skipper could tell me anything, because I'll know Clipe on him. I know he talks there about Cumbria and that'll Clipe on him, that's funny. Anyway, on you go, guys.
Skipper just said there he lost his connection, so he's got to go and pay the bill.
Oh, God.
Well done, Skipper. Well done, sir. Well done.
Cumbrian got a medal in the war for grassing people.
Did he?
He got distinguished snitches medal, so he did, Cumbrian.
Distinguished snitch. Love it. Love it, pal. Brilliant.
There you go. But anyway, guys, BBC apologised for the Ryan Jack photo we were discussing last night. Thoughts, Bridgeman?
Well, if you bear with me, I will just read out what they've said. How's that? Does that make any sense to you? I hope everybody enjoys this.
Yep.
BBC Sports Scotland, and from their verified Twitter account, yesterday we posted a picture of Aberdeen fans to illustrate a story about the sale of tickets for the League Cup semi-final. The image used contained a flag with an offensive image on it that related to a Rangers FC player. When this mistake was spotted, the picture used to illustrate the story was changed on both accounts. We regret the error and apologise to the player and to Rangers FC for this mistake. End of apology. End of statement. So something like 5 lines. The damage that they've done, and they've put out a 5-line apology. I don't know whether Rangers themselves, the club, have accepted this. I just don't know. Personally speaking, you heard me last night, or most people heard me last night about listening in. Maybe they fell asleep when I started ranting. But really and truly, they people are my pet hates, and I would not let them anywhere near Ibrox ever again. I wouldn't want Rangers to be on their television shows. I wouldn't want Rangers to be in their radio shows. And any mention of Rangers should be banned. They shouldn't be allowed to talk about us, write about us, nothing. Don't do it, please. If Rangers if we can get ourselves away from them, I'd plead with every Rangers fan. Don't listen to their programme. Don't send texts. Don't tweet them. Don't do nothing. Just ignore them and see how they go on without us. Sorry, True Blue.
No, it's all right. You've got another 45 minutes and an hour to go.
But you know what it's like, True. We went through hell, and that organisation, they have been shocking towards Rangers. Absolutely shocking. Very, very few positive things they've ever said about us. They've tied us up. They've done everything they could do to keep us down or stamp us down, throw us down, you name it, injure us. And the stories they've been writing are nothing short of disgraceful. Now, I accept the fact that we didn't have any, in reality, we had no strength at all to fight back against them. But I believe we've got it now. And that's the very first thing I would do. If I was the Rangers, I'd be sending our chief executive up to them, or our managing director, to the SPFL and SFA and say, we don't want anything to do with any of these games, either at home or away. We don't want Rangers games involved at all on their television or radio. What will it take to get it done? Get rid of them. It might never happen, of course, but that's just me.
Aye, well, Fox.
It's just typical. Everything else that the BBC do. I've not got much to say in it. Maybe we said quite a lot over the last couple of days about it. They've apologised. Let's move on. For me, anyway.
Okay, Jimmy.
I'm the same as Fox. It's done now. You know. Just let's go on with it. You know, they need Rangers more than we need them. I don't think there's many blue noses watch the BBC anyway. I do occasionally. I do like to listen to what they've got to say. Maybe I'm paranoid that way because it's ex-Rangers players that are supposedly giving a comment about their club. But I'm 50-50 on it, and the fact is, I wouldn't like to see Rangers participate in any media with the BBC. But at the same time, as Fox says, let's move on for it. The apology's been made. Take it or leave it. Do we accept it? Aye. Are we bothered? No. Just let's go and let's concentrate on the football ahead, guys.
Aye, fair enough, pal. But, you know, Bridges on, he's got a bee in his bonnet about the BBC. I think they're only part of a long queue having a boot at us. And it's strange and hypocritical for me they can make an apology about a banner they've put up by mistake. And yet I think Mr McCoy's still waiting on his apology for the... an opening sequence of him committing suicide, throwing his cell out the window, you know. So, sorry, BBC, you can stick your apology. But anyway, Stephen Gerrard has said Kyle Lafferty's apologised to the club. I know. Thoughts on that, Fox?
Exactly what he should have done. He did owe the club an apology, he owed the manager an apology. His mistake and what he's done has kept him out of the game on Sunday, a game that he'd have possibly get game time in. So he's another one that's made a mistake, and we'll just have to move on for that as well.
All right, Bridge?
Yeah, I have to agree with Foxy. Obviously, we're going to have to move on. And we said it last night, and a lot of folk were quite vociferous, and most people thought the big man's made a wee mistake here, and unfortunately, we're going to have to pay for it. In essence, I still the only thing that irks me, as I said it last night, I don't know of any other club that's ever been punished this way in Scotland. I don't know of any other club that's ever been punished this way by any national squad. I don't know. I've never heard of this thing being used, this 5-day rule. I know it's been there because it's been spoken about. But I never ever heard it. I've never heard it being used. And you know, the first club it's been used against, to my memory, is Rangers. And I don't understand why. I still don't understand why. Sorry.
It's been in place for a lot of time, Bridgeman. I remember
absolutely,
that. You know, it has been in place. It's very rarely that an FA will invoke it right enough, but I think in this situation, you know, I think it was a bit of naughtiness going on, you know. Yeah. As I said last night, he's pulled a sickie and he's been captured for it. Jimmy?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. What Bridges saying there's right, and Fox as well. You know, I mean, he's been caught pulling a sickie, and we've got to get on with it, you know. But it is a bit naughty. I mean, everything I've read and listened to in the last 3 or 4 days, nobody can actually tell us when was the last time an international association banned a player for appearing for his club after this kind of situation. It's a bit naughty by Northern Ireland, you know, who was involved in it, you know, why did they go to that, you know. But, you know, I think we should use it as a positive, guys. I had a big rant about it the other night, you know, and I was right angry about it. But it's Stevie G's come out today, Stevie Gerrard's come out today and made his statement. The semi-final against the Shaggers and that, we know what the situation is. No Fredo and obviously Big Kyle's cup tied. Here's a chance maybe in Sunday to put the boy Glenn Middleton as our second striker on the bench and bring him on, hopefully maybe shine a wee bit the second half and give him a run out as a striker to see how he does, because building up to the cup semi-final. Kyle and Alfredo will be obviously available for the European game. But I think we should try and take a bit of positive about it, guys, and use it, because there's nobody else there that I can think of that would be able to step in for a big laugh at short notice. So let's give Glenn a chance on Sunday and put him on the bench, which he will be anyway, and make him as our second striker. And if we're hopefully got a good result going at the time, then bring Glenn on to have a wee run at the defence and see how he performs. But positives, let's take positives. Big laugh, as you said, True. He's pulled a sickie, and it's the cost is to us. Let's see what happens in the next couple of games.
Can I ask a question? I might be a bit controversial when I say this. Is there any possibility that there's a smidgen of timmery going on?
Oh, without a doubt.
No, I'm just asking, because I don't know the persuasions of them in the IFA.
Oh, I doubt it. I would say you're 100% right there, Bridge. No matter what association, there'll always be some sort of bias. But I think in this case, you're probably right. I mean, it's Northern Ireland, and I'm not just besmirching Northern Ireland because it's a country that I'm not saying to support, but I like to see them do better than Scotland, and that's just the way that I've always been. But I no, you're no far wrong for that thought, Bridge. I would say, a bit of Timmery's going about there, mate. Aye, definitely.
Cool.
What about the striking options for the weekend, Bridge? You know, Jimmy's mentioned, young Middleton coming in and having a go at it. What's your thoughts on it?
Well, I sincerely hope, and we haven't heard the manager's thoughts on what the pool, or shall we say, the squad could be. And I did hear the one wee smidgen I heard was that Sadiq is doing quite well. I don't know whether he's available to go up front and do the business, but we've spoke about young Middleton before, and I don't see any problem. For me, it goes for it. If we've got everybody fit, there are a number of people you could put in there, I don't know names other than the boys that we've spoke about. The likes of Middleton. He could sit in there, no problem, I think. But, what are we going to do?
Aye. What about yourself, Fox? Any thoughts on it? Striking options at the weekend?
Oh, the weekend, Morelos is there. Morelos will be playing.
You're talking about playing one up front, I meant, mate.
Aye, yeah. It'll be Morelos up front.
Fox?
Aye, of course it'll be Morelos up front for us, mate. He's had a great start to the season, scored 11 goals in all competitions. He's assisted in eight other goals. His contribution to the team is absolutely brilliant this season. And he'll play against in the Europa League thing on Thursday. So as long as he doesn't get injured, but we don't have a problem up front. And if anything happened for Alfredo, he's quite right in saying either Kent, Middleton or even Grezda could go to the fore. Grezda's been known to play all across the back, the front three, mate, so we've got options there.
That's what I'm saying, folks. We've got to start by Fred and Sunday, obviously, he's our number one striker. But my thinking is if, and let's hope we're in a situation, the game's won, and we can give young Glenn a run up front, rest, if we can, the second half or the last half hour, the game on Sunday, and give him a run out, because we know Fred's going to be there for us on Thursday anyway. I'm thinking that wee bit further ahead. If a boy's worth a run out, give him Grezda as well. Good shout if he is fit enough, because the gaffer's accordingly said he's fit enough. He's told him, you go away and play for Albania, and he said I'm worthy of my position in the side. Let's see what happens. But yeah, I totally agree. Fred's got to start Saturday and Thursday. I'm thinking, is there a possibility he could start for his... we need to decide who's going to start for us against the Shaggers a week on Sunday. And I know that's maybe we're thinking maybe too far ahead, but for me, we've still got to see what he's worthy a chance up front, or whoever it's going to be, Fox.
I think, Jimmy, you mentioned Grezda there as well. I think we're all desperate to see this boy.
Oh, definitely.
He's got a hell of a reputation, apparently, Fox, eh?
He's highly rated, mate. But he's an international manager, and we've not seen much of him so far. Just seen him in flashes. But hopefully the wee jaunt away for the international break has shoved his fitness on a wee bit. And whether we'll see him tomorrow or no, on the Astro pitch, mate, might be a bit iffy,
Yeah.
Could be, Bridge.
Yeah, I think I'm in this, and let's see him on the park. Obviously, I don't think it'll be tomorrow, but it would be brilliant to see the boy. He's apparently got some good pace, and I wouldn't be, if he has and it's working out, I wouldn't be scared to put him anywhere, any position up front. The boy, I'm quite sure the boy will turn it on for us. But through the middle with pace, oh my goodness, He'd frighten half the teams in our league. That's for sure. They would have to do some kicking.
Here's hoping, mate. Here's hoping. But we've been joined by Blue Shadow. Evening, hombre.
Good evening, good close personal friend.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Right, that's enough. What are you on for?
Excuse me.
Before Fox came on and interjected some sense with the suggestion of Gresta playing Gresta up front, that's what it was on about, is playing Middleton through the middle. The guy's instincts to head down the byline and put a cross in, and you want to stick him in the middle. Doesn't seem very sensible to me. Before that, I'd give young Andy Dallas a go or a run out up there, because he's a natural striker. Certainly Gresta would be quite sensible, or they might want to mix it up and come up with something a bit different. Having Dorrans playing in the middle, but a bit deeper, and having the two strikers working on with something different. But putting the young lad through the middle to me is a mistake. Let's have him playing decent as a winger, what his natural position is for me first.
Has he not played through the middle before for us, Lou?
No, he's only ever played on the left-hand side. He hasn't even played on the right. He hasn't even played on the right-hand side.
Yeah, but I thought he came on and eventually he was running through the middle and scored a goal. Did he not? Maybe I'm right.
I certainly don't remember, but I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I'm 100%, but I certainly don't remember it. He might have cut inside and got a goal for the middle, which is, it seems to be what he's been encouraged to do, because obviously if you're playing three up, if you're when you're attacking, you're playing three up front. If you cut inside, it A, creates uncertainty for the fullback, and B, you can often drag the fullback inside, which leaves room for your overlapping fullback. And if you're playing somebody like Barisic,
he's certainly a direct player. He's certainly very direct, and if he's in the inside channel, he nearly always stays in the inside channel. If he's in the outside, you're right, he goes to the wing and gets the ball over. Absolutely.
That seems to be his natural instinct. Is like an old-fashioned winger, and I think perhaps they're trying to change it a bit just to give a bit of variation. Because you've got, as you know yourself, if you always go outside, then it's dead easy. You know which way if you're a fullback, you know which side he's going, so it's far easy to defend against.
Jimmy, you like to come back in that point of view?
No, I don't know. I don't have any argument with that. That's, how you doing, Blue? He's made a lot of cracking points here. Blue Shadow has, but I'm thinking, is there somebody that can play through the middle? And what Blue said there about the young Glenn's, he's 100% a winger. But I'm thinking fitness, is Gresta fit enough to run against Aberdeen up the middle on his own? I would like to think he is. And if that was the case, then I would definitely go with him. I'm thinking fitness-wise, is it... Well, that was only he's played 110 minutes, according to been reading there, in the last 4 or 5 months. That's not a lot of football, guys. So let's see what the gaffer thinks. The boy Dallas, I've not really seen a lot of Dallas, so I can't really comment on him. I'll bow to the judgment of Blue Shadow there.
All I know, mate, is he's been knocking them in for the reserves for quite some time now. But I have a sneaky suspicion that the gaffer will go for putting Ryan Kent through the middle.
Well, he may do that, Blue Eye. He may do that, But that's what the beauty of it. We'll all get our own ideas, We've lost our 2 strikers for the game against the Shaggers and that, so we're all contemplating, wondering who the gaffer's going to play. And probably everyone has a different idea. But if Gresta's fit and the gaffer says that he trusts him, then we'll bow to that and say we trust his judgment. Definitely.
Well, as Fox was saying, he's the one that's got experience all across the front three, so you would expect him to come on at some time.
Definitely.
Do you think he would risk him, Shadow? Even Gresta or some of them with these plastic pitches?
That's an interesting one. Because we got the Spartak game. How many games we got before the semi?
Well, we're on a run of 3 games. We've got Hamilton, mate, and then we've got the European game, and then we've got the Aberdeen game.
Right.
Only get only the one league game, which is Sunday.
Aye, that is a tricky one, you know. But really, you want to know, you want to see him there before you trust him in a cup semi-final. For me, so I would say that really the gaffer's hand's been pushed to, you know. Ordinarily, I'd probably say no, leave it. Let's get him on grass first, and we'll see how he goes. But I think a gaffer's hand might be forced because I'd want to see him first before I trusted him with a cup semi-final, wouldn't you?
What about yourself, Jimmy? Plastic pitch? Is it a time to bring in players returning to injury?
No. We've all seen it in the past here. You know what happened with Jamie and some of the football we played. It was on the last pitch, you know, the Livingston. You know, it was diabolical. No, for me, it's not the type of pitch we should be risking. This pitch is allegedly worse than what we've played on before. So, no. Grezda's a stylish player. We all know that. And bits and pieces we've all seen him. He looks apart. And I would hate to think that he came out on there Sunday and get injured, you know. And what do we do then? So, but we're in a bit of a quandary there. It would have been nice if we'd maybe had another game apart from the European game to bed him in, but that's not the case. So it's flip of the coin, guys, isn't it? It's a flip of the coin. What does the gaffer do? Does he go for broke? And no, we've all said here on here before, you know, it's the league's for us. That's what we want. We want to win the league, and the Europa League's a bonus, and it's great to be there on the Thursday nights under the floodlights, but it's a toss of a coin. What does he do? Do you go for broke? Say, I'm going to try him Sunday and see how he performs. If he does, I'm going to play Grezda as my striker up front, or does he bring in the boy Dallas? Let's see. Sunday will be interesting to see what team the gaffer plays.
Aye, Bridgeman. Bridge. I forgot he does the Windies on a Friday night and all. Fox.
Oh God, I'm trying to find the mute button. I couldn't find the damn thing. Sorry about that, boys. No, I tend to agree, but the truth of the matter is we've got Morelos will be playing tomorrow, and he'll also be playing on Thursday. So it's obviously key that the manager manages something else. It may be we might see, for instance, if everything going okay, we might see big Siddiqui getting a run in at centre forward tomorrow, and I doubt very much if he'll come in on Thursday.
It's Sadiq. It's Sadiq.
Yeah.
Siddiqui's a drink birds have.
All right, okay. I thought he was pronounced Siddiqui, so I do apologise. But we'll go for Sadiq then. So he's he. I think the manager might try and put him in and give him 15 minutes or so tomorrow if everything's going all right, maybe more. And that'll give him a chance to see what he's like and get some minutes in his legs.
Oh, in a plastic pitch?
If he's going to put him in anywhere, that's the only place he can put him, in all honesty. I would doubt very much if he would be involved in a European tie, and therefore he would just have to be thrown in at Hampden. I don't see that happening. I think he could go back to plan B, what we spoke about there, potentially Grezda or Middleton or ANR getting put through the middle when we don't have any strikers. So it's a really tough couple of games coming up. But the number one is Sunday. Huge game, absolutely massive game, as I keep saying, and we have to win it. There's 3 points at stake. 1-0 Damie. Right now, 1-0 Damie.
Aye, fair enough. Shadow, plastic pitch.
Oh, I know. I'm not a fan of those myself. I absolutely hate the things. Don't think they should be allowed in the Premier, certainly in the Premier Division. You know, if you can't afford to put a grass pitch on, then you shouldn't be in the Premier League. And as well as which, they should spend money, giving more prize money to the lower clubs rather than spending 80 million on Flaming Hampden, like we said the other night. So I think it might be interesting because I think do you risk these bit part players, as you say? We're talking about Grezda, we're talking about several other players, or do you risk other players and save your first team for the first leg of the European match, as he did last time against Livingston, and risk getting getting caught like he did against Livingston. It's going to be an interesting one to see which way the manager jumped on this one. And as he's shown before, he's a hard man to second guess.
Aye, sure is, mate. That's been apparent since he took the hot seat. Fox, what about you? Do you think he's likely to throw MD in coming back for injury onto a plastic pitch?
I just hope he plays with strongest team. All this worrying about plastic pitches is a lot of nonsense to me. It doesn't seem to affect other teams, and there's no way it should affect us. Put out the strongest team that we can put out, get the 3 points and move on to me. We keep worrying about other games going forward. We're away talking about the Aberdeen game, which is over a week away. We've got a striker. He is not injured. He will play in the 2 games coming up, and we'll worry about the striking options when we get to the Aberdeen game. People forget it's not just down to the striking options at Rangers. I think there's 10 outfield players scored for us this season. So we've got goals all over the pitch. Having a worry about having just one striker against Aberdeen doesn't bother me. As I say, it's a big wide pitch, sure movement, and a good quality passing I'll see us create chances against Aberdeen. And I'm not worried about them either.
Aye, okay, Pat. Well, if you'd like to call in, join the panel, because I'm getting a bit fed up listening to them now, and it's only 20 to 10. 0141 356 1972. Or alternatively, if you come on to Skype and you can send a friend request to Rangers Radio online. Is that .com? Is that right, Fox?
No, it's rangersradio.online.
All right, thanks for that, Bridgeman.
No problem.
And Fox will bring you right in. Am I sensing a bit of arrogance about, the Hamilton game, guys? We know the difference it makes in a team's play. I reckon they raise their effort about 20% when they're playing the Rangers, Jimmy.
Everybody does. We've seen it. The Audi, as Rangers are playing, and they come, and when we go there or they come to us, they raise their game. You better believe it, they do. I can understand what Fox is saying there. We should be, play our strongest team, and I agree with him. And we've got to play Fred Sunday and Thursday and let him run his guts out and hopefully scores a load of goals. But teams that come to play us at Ibrox and when we go away to their middens, they up their game more than 20%. And I've seen it. You can see the way they play against us. Some of the tackles are getting away with as well. But we've got to learn to cope with that. And away games we're having to cope with it too well at times, and Sunday's a perfect game for us to go there. But we've got to do the 2 wins in a row, 2 league games wins in a row, a home and away game, because it's no good beating the league leaders at Ibrox and then a couple of weeks later we don't do it against Hamilton, who are rock bottom. So let's they're a rubbish team, they're a rock bottom team, a rubbish team, and they just I'm not going to say they're hammer throwers, but they're not that great guys. And we should be able to go out and beat a team like that. But they will up their game Sunday. You better believe it. They will up their game and they'll be going for it, big time for it against us.
Okay, Fox, I'll be getting a bit carried away. This is going to be a walkover on Sunday.
No, not at all. It should be a walkover. We were heavily punished against Livingston. We kind of chopping and changing some of our personnel. We need to win every game, mate, and our team is far, far, far better than anything Hamilton's going to produce. And if we play as we do at Ibrox, they shouldn't even be standing our way, mate. I think they've shipped 13 goals in the last 4 games against Rangers, and I don't see it being any different come Sunday, mate. I'd be very surprised if we don't knock in about 4 at least past them, mate. I know they'll pack the defence, but hopefully our movement and the surges for midfield will produce the chances that Alfredo and we can, and probably Candias can take advantage of, mate.
Aye, fair enough, Foxy. Shadow?
Again, I agree a lot with what Fox said, but we've got to go, they will pack the bus. We've got to go for the jugular and we've got to put it aside that'll deal with that. and I would be looking for putting. A lot of people are worrying about the plastic pitch, but I'd play Dorrans. I'd have him in there for his creativity and how he can open up defences. And if we can get 3 goals ahead, then we can rest players like Fredo and so he's fully fresh for the Europe game. That's what we've got to look. That's what we've got to look to do. What we did against Hearts, get 3 up by half time. That's what we want to do, and I'd well look forward to doing that.
Bridge.
He's on
Absolutely.
mute again, isn't
he? Well, we're asked to go on mute, so we need to watch what we're saying and doing whenever possible. However, I agree with Shadow to a certain extent that our difficulty on these, if we call them these plastic pitches, our big difficulty is that we don't seem to be expecting, we're not ready for the ball bouncing, let's put it that way. We find that when the ball bounces, it causes us major problems, both in midfield and in defence. So our players hopefully have got their head round that, because that's what happened to us against Livingston. We were dreadful, and some of were attempts. So we need to get that right. Each time we've played Hamilton at Hamilton, and each time we've played Kilmarnock at Kilmarnock, they've been tough games. And then eventually in Hamilton's case, we've ground them down. And Fox is right. Late in the second half, we're finding ourselves 2-3 or more up. And that's obviously that's what we want. But we want to take them off out the traps, in there, score a couple of goals, and let the manager flow. And as far as picking a team's concerned, I want to leave it to the manager. I'm hoping, much like Fox said, I'm hoping for the best team that the manager thinks is his strongest team. And this is first game back after a 2-week rest, and we've got a big European game coming up as well. So he's got a lot of things to think about, and then a Scottish League Cup semi-final. So quite a lot to think about for the manager over how he wants to use his squad up. Personally speaking, let's get out there. Put your best team out there for me anyway, and mollick at them. Mollick at them.
Do you think he'll have an eye on Thursday, or his thoughts will be on Thursday as well, Bridgeman, come Sunday?
Well, they won't be paramount in his thoughts, whatever. I think he's also theoretically is a one game. Next game's the most important game. But as any manager, any management group, you know yourself. You've been a manager yourself. It's all about planning as well. How you're going to do it. He's got a thought on this one, a thought on that one. But he's got to find a way of getting all the players that he's got in his squads some minutes in their legs to make it all happen for him as we go forward into particularly December and January. It's going to be a nightmare time for us all, the number of games coming up and so on and so forth. So, yes, we've got to think about it. I don't think he's going to think about it that much, because the hurdle is the first one to come. That's what he's got to do, Sunday.
Aye. Shadow, one eye on Thursday, do you think, Stephen Gerrard?
One eye on Thursday, as far as once this match is dealt with, he will turn his eyes to, as in which allowing we get that 2 or 3, certainly 2, hopefully 3 goal advantage. He might turn his eye towards the Thursday night match and substitute a few players and rest those they get rested, and they're sort of fully 100% instead of 95, 100% for me,
Aye. Foxy?
I don't think he'll even bother about Thursday night, mate, until this match that everybody else is saying is over and done with. It's up to players to do the business, to allow the manager to make changes, get ourselves in front and get cleared by a couple of goals, and we can cruise this game. Save on punishing our players fitness-wise. It's all down to the players, mate. If they turn up, we don't have a worry. But if the attitude is wrong the way it was against Livingston, you could get into trouble. But I think the manager has drilled it into him after that Livingston result that it's not acceptable a standard of play like that against Livingston. And as I said last night, I don't think we'll see that again this season.
Well, I hope you're right there, Fox. Jimmy, your thoughts on it, mate?
Aye, well what Fox is saying is right, and he's along the same lines as that. I mean, let's hope we can get there and put a performance on and bang in a few goals. And I kind of disagree with Fox in the aspect is that we have got to think ahead. And that's when I'm thinking about a striker for the cup game, because we all know that Fred's going to be playing in the European game. So if there's a chance on Sunday that we can go against this mob in Durham with a few goals, it allows the manager to then, I'm not going to use the word experiment, but it gives him an option to get somebody on the park to see how that guy can play, whether it be Gresda or Kent or young Middleton up front. We've got to think ahead with that game. I know the old cliche is we take one game at a time, but we've still got to think is what is my options? I don't think and I don't believe that Stevie G isn't thinking about the Aberdeen game, because the old cliche is used all the time, one game at a time. Let's take one game at a time. Of course he's thinking that way publicly, but inwardly he must be thinking, right, well, I'm going to lose these players for the cup semi-final, so I need to try and see who else is available. So, I mean, the league and the League Cup for me is be-all and end-all with the Scottish Cup, and the Europa thing is going to be a big bonus for us, whatever we do against Spartak Moscow, the next two games. So, for me, I do think that he's got to be looking ahead to the Aberdeen game with the thing about who have I got to play in that game. He knows who he's got for the game on Sunday, and he knows who he's got to play in the game on Thursday. It's Fred. Fred's our main striker, and of course he's going to be number one, and he'll have a big laugh available on Thursday. So he's still got to be thinking about who have I got for the Sunday against the Shaggers. That must be in the back of his mind. That's first and foremost, he's got to win the game on Sunday and win the game on Thursday, but also he's got to be thinking, who else can I bring in here that'll make the team play any worse, or can this striker or whatever enhance the team? And what Fox said earlier on, it's a big park at Hampden, we can go there and play some expansive fit, but we all know we can do that. But he must be thinking, who is my striker could I have? And he must think of one of these three guys. That's the way I feel anyway.
Assuming, we come out the game injury free, it'd be a worry if Morelos got injured on Sunday, for me anyway. But you look at that, and again, it seems to be every night, guys, we're saying it. This is a massive game for the Rangers. And if you look at next week in particular, we've got a league game on the Sunday, we've got Spartak on Thursday, and then we've got cup semi-final at the weekend again. Big week. How do you look at that as a manager, Bridgeman?
Well, it depends. Our manager, hopefully, is setting himself up with his management team, and they're doing all the things that I just spoke about earlier. But obviously the priority in all of this will be the very first game. What's the next game? And he's got to set his team up. And he's got to set his team up in such a way. And we've said it, and I'll just say it again. Obviously, he knows that come the big semi-final coming up next Sunday, and that he knows he needs to have an idea who he's going to play up front, who would be available, who he thinks could play up front as a striker. And if it's, as I said, I just mentioned Sadiq. If it's going to be Sadiq and he thinks Sadiq's good enough, training-wise, he's doing very well, and so on and so forth, then somewhere along the line, I think he'll have to find a spot for him and get him some time on the pitch. I doubt very much if that would be next Thursday, because Thursday is going to be a very important game for Rangers. But it could be in Hamilton, providing we're doing well and we get a few goals under our belt. And somewhere halfway through the second half, Sadiq comes on and gets a run. And then you wouldn't have any problem with Sadiq starting. I would imagine not anyway. But it might not be Sadiq. I'm just using that name. It could be Middleton, who's hardly getting a game, but he's a smashing player. There's no doubt about it.
Aye, but Shadow?
What's that, mate? Sorry.
I'm saying, how does the manager look at, a week like this when you've got three major games, three big important games coming up? How do you approach that as a manager?
I think, a lot of what is being dictated to him already with, Lafferty can't play this one, and I think it's Fredo's and Lafferty can't play in the semi-final. So I think a lot of what he might perhaps sort of fettle a bit for me has already been dictated by these things. So I think in midfield, he might, he might change a couple of things, but I've no real fears over that. Although Arfield is out, I don't know whether that'll force him to bring back Ryan Jack. So he might fiddle a couple of things, but as Fox was saying earlier on, we need 3 points on Sunday, and for me, that's got to be the main focus. Make sure we get the points in the league. It'd be nice to get the points in Europe. It would be, and obviously it'd be nice to get through to the final, because our first piece of silverware in a few years would be fantastic.
Aye, sure would, Fox.
Well, you want me? Sorry to have missed that part. I was digging out some stuff there.
I'm saying we've got a real big week, mate. We've got a league game, very important. We've got the European game, and then we've got a cup semi-final. How does the manager approach a week like that, would you imagine?
As I said earlier, mate, you've got to try and win all 3 games. We can't go hoping injuries only with strikers. We know they're missing against Aberdeen. When we come to that hurdle, we'll deal with it, mate. I think any of the boys that play up front can play striker, mate. Just that Alfredo's a better striker than most of them. It doesn't mean the other ones who fill the jersey in on the day can't take chances. Could be young Middleton, could be Gresta. But as I keep saying, that's a week away, and I wouldn't even worry about that. Hamilton, get them out the way. Move on to the European game. Play our best team in the European game, and then play the best team available to us against Aberdeen. And if our players stand up to the challenge, we'll win the 3 games, and we'll all be sitting happy a week's time, mate.
Aye, all right, Paul. Sounds sensible enough, Jimmy.
Aye, everything Fox has said there's 100%. It's good that we've all got different ways of looking at it, But yeah, aye, every game we've got to take as it comes, and it's a big, big week. But my feeling is that I still feel that Stevie Gerrard will have in the back of his mind that the cup semi-final, it's a big talking point in a lot of forums that who's going to be playing up there for us, But aye, it's a must. They're all must-win games for us, guys. Even the European games are must-win, because we've not got to that stage in what Rangers support lives again. That when we went to see Rangers, we knew we were going to win, and we've all been there. When the Graham Souness that came and gone to the games, some of the games were a formality, and that's not being blasé, because it was. We all went to the games and we knew we were going to win because we were that good. But it's good to go and see the Rangers win, and that's all we want today. And as I said earlier on at the start of the show, everybody's happy, we're all laughing and we're enjoying the football. And as you said, rightly true, that some of the bitching that was going in some of the forums, Rangers fans against Rangers fans, that's no there the now. No, and I hope that continues. But big week for us. It's more than a big week, because we've got Kilmarnock the week after, the Wednesday after that. So it's a lot of big football to be played for us. But aye, let's take one game at a time. I totally agree with Foxes. Play the best team that we've got, our strongest team all the time. Play the strongest team. And hopefully out of that, a wee gem might say, hey, I can play him up front against Aberdeen. But looking forward to Sunday, I'm looking for a cricket score the same as the rest is. And I'm looking for a good result at Ibrox on Thursday. And obviously against the Shaggers next Sunday, I'd like to give them a good, I was going to say humping, but they shape like that. And we'll see what happens after that, guys. But aye, Fox is right. Play our strongest team all the time and take every game as it comes. But at the same time, think about the semi-final game. Who's going to be up front for us?
Aye, every one of you have made good points there, guys. But I cast my mind back to the Livingston game. And, Steven Gerrard's come out and he said himself, you get with that attitude, thinking you're going to walk it, you're heading for trouble. And I'm wondering as well, I'm asking you guys about the manager's approach to, this week in 3 very, very important games, Will he have the games in the back of his mind? But, maybe more importantly, Blue Shadow will the players have the big games in the back of their mind? Because they're going out there, we're only playing Hamilton on Sunday. I better watch. I've got a European tie, on Thursday night, and then there's a cup semi-final on at the weekend. You think it'll affect the players, mate?
I think sometimes it does affect players that they've got half a mind on the glamour night, the European night, and but that's the manager's job just to make sure that they don't get that. It's like, if you don't give me a performance here tonight, you're not playing Thursday night. End of, sunshine. And one good thing for me is at least he can't be tempted into playing Lafferty on the left-hand side or two up front. I couldn't work out which way it was that day against Livingston. I never would, but we'll not be seeing that formation, and I just hope we never see that formation again, because for me, it just quite simply doesn't work. But as I says, I think also as well, I think we'll be heavily affected by the fact that we've just come through international break, so there's no reason that you can't play certainly your top team, who you think is your best team, on the Thursday and the following, Sunday and the following Thursday, because it's just had, they just effectively had a week off, and then they have had a week light training on top of that. So they should be totally fresh. Shouldn't be carrying, majority of them shouldn't be carrying any injuries at all unless you're on the injury list. So for me, they should come out all guns blazing to try and secure a berth in the Thursday night team, if that's what they want.
Okay, Fox, would you agree with that?
I agree with what most people are saying, mate. I don't know. I've got a feeling that people think that this is some sort of difficult game we're coming up against. We should be absolutely hammering this team. And as I said earlier on, the attitude was wrong against Livingston. I think our manager will have told them and put them in their place that he's no accepting the wrong attitude against any side. And I'll be absolutely shocked if we don't absolutely cuff them, mate. They're bottom of the league for a reason. They're not playing well. Mm-hmm. We're making excuses here. Maybe the park will make a difference. As I said already, it doesn't make that much of a difference to any other team. Why should we fear it? We've had one injury, was Jamie Murphy. Nobody else was injured playing in these parts. And it was an unfortunate injury that Jamie Murphy hung me. If you've got on the right footwear and you've got the better players, no fear for me, mate. This is an away win for us.
Can I just comment on the park and the injuries? If David Templeton can play on, who couldn't, up with Rangers, he couldn't play on these parks. But for Hamilton, he played brilliantly. He was man of the match many, many weeks. So I agree with what Fox is saying. We should be able to play on it.
Okay, fair enough, Bridgeman. But I was asking the question, Jimmy, will the players maybe have an eye in the up-and-coming games as well?
Aye, of course they will. But what Fox is saying there, we should be going out there and beating Hamilton, aye. And the type of player that can go, Templeton, etc. But look, I think the Livingston game, and we all say that all our players look frightened, guys. We look frightened to touch the ball, to pass the ball. That I hope doesn't happen on Sunday. But look, we've all played football to some level, and giving it your all is good. But if you're a professional football player now and you've got to play on a surface like Hamilton's or Livingston or Kilmarnock, there's obviously a bit of trepidation in their head going in for a tackle. And I think that was in our players' heads at the Livingston game. And I think we all agreed with that. We showed that everybody was holding back, tackling, passing was poor, everything about the whole game was poor right through. So, on paper, we should be putting 4, 5, 6 away against Hamilton. But that might not happen but the players need to have it in their head. Let's go out and play. And that's where Fox is right in that aspect. Go out and give it your all, same as Bridge. Go out and give it your all. Get it out your head where you're playing. That's my thinking is, come on, get it out your head. Go out there and play the football that you can play. And let's get out of this plastic pitch thing. Because every other team go there and do it. So why should Rangers not go and do it? And I just think Stevie Gerrard will obviously say to him, look, the Livingston game, was unacceptable, and we're playing on a similar kind of surface. Pull your socks up, go there and play for the Rangers, and let's get a result today. The fans want it, and I want it, and it's as simple as that. Go there and win the game, but don't just win it. I know Bridge said he'd be happy with 1-0, so would we all. But I'd like to see us go there and put a performance on against Hamilton on Sunday and really, really rip them apart. That'll begin into the next couple of games, guys.
Aye, well said, Jimmy, and on that point, can I ask you to all go on mute, please, gentlemen, and Fox will give us a wee cultural interlude. Thanks very much, guys.
There's a famous painting now that everybody knows. It stands upon a gable wall over Sandy Road, in memory of King William and Brethren who did join. They fought for our deliverance at the Battle of the Boyne. King Billy's on the wall, King Billy's on the wall. He stands so high, shines so bright, he lights up the falls. There's millions come to see him, they stand and gaze in awe. They remember 1690, King Billy's on the wall. Well, there are slogans painted in red, white and blue. They tell the Pope where he can go and what he can do. There's one to Jared Rice, well, that's a different class. Go stick below our armor road and stick it up your ass. King Billy's on the wall, King Billy's on the wall. He stands so high, shines so bright, he lights up the falls. There's millions come to see him, they stand and gaze in awe. They remember 1690, King Billy's on the wall. Well, the next time you're in Ulster, won't you come and have a look? Stand beside that mural and have your photo took. Then put it on your mantelpiece or hang it in your hall, so that all the world can see King Billy's on the wall. King Billy's on the wall, King Billy's on the wall. He stands so high, shines so bright, he lights up the falls. There's millions come to see him, they stand and gaze in awe. They remember 1690, King Billy's on the wall. King Billy's on the wall, King Billy's on the wall. He stands so high, shines so bright, he lights up the falls. There's millions come to see him, they stand and gaze in awe. They remember 1690, King Billy's on the wall. He stands so high, shines so bright, he lights up the falls. There's millions come to see him, they stand and gaze in awe. They remember 1690, King Billy's on the wall.
Yes, and that was the Bluegrass Soggy Bottom Bears there.
Soggy Bottom.
On the wall.
Soggy Bottom. Brilliant. Just brilliant.
Aye, have a great, good, well done, Fox. Have a good story about that song, but that's for Skype, no for on.
And true, there was some dancing going on as well.
Oh, I love that, man. See that
Padgett got about 14 partners in that hall there, I'll tell you. What a man that is. There's a lot of dancing, that boy.
But anyway, I think, in fact, I don't think Fox has got the today's press conference with Stephen Gerrard and Andy Halliday. If we can go and mute, guys, we'll have a wee listen to that, see what the boss man's got to say.
Stephen, how is everyone after the international break? Majority are fine. Little small issue with Scott Arfield, so he won't be available at the weekend. Besides that, everyone's fine. Lasana got in today, which is a bit late for my liking, but he'll be fine for the weekend.
What's wrong with Scott?
He's got a little issue in the hamstring area, but it's not a big problem. He should be available for Thursday.
In general, was it something you feel you needed the break with the volume of games, or is it maybe upset momentum in a way given the recent results?
Well, we finished in really good form on the back of 2 very important victories. So yeah, you could probably say we could have carried on because we were in a good moment and the atmosphere is very good, confidence is high. But at the same time, yeah, the volume of games has been very big for some of the players, so I'm sure the breaks come at a good time for them. It's give us time to rest and freshen up physically and mentally, and we're ready to go on Sunday now.
How do you use the international break? Do you review things, or do you try and switch off and make sure you...
We always review every training session and every game. It doesn't matter whether it's international break or it's a very busy fixture schedule. We always review, analyse, see what we've done well, see what we need to improve on, and then we look forward to the next challenge.
You'll be without Kyle Lafferty on Sunday. How big a blow is that?
Well, it's a shame because he's a good player, and he's been in good form since he's come in. So it's a shame, but we respect and appreciate what's gone on, and he hasn't followed the protocol and done the right things. So his punishment is he can't play on Sunday, and any footballer doesn't like missing games. I can assure you that.
As his manager, do you put the arm around him and try and guide them in the right way?
I support him. Yeah, of course I do. I always support my players, 100%. He's come in, he's apologised for what's gone on. We respect Northern Ireland in terms of what the punishment they're giving him, and we move on. There's nothing else to add to it. We put a statement out yesterday, which was very clear, but now it's an opportunity for someone else on Sunday. Just
finally on it, you said in the statement that you'll obviously still be available for international selection. Do you feel the talks have helped clear the air? That's
none of my business, to be brutally honest with you. It's between Michael and Kyle to sort that out. I hope he continues, because I still think he's got a lot to offer the international scene. When I watch him for Northern Ireland, he looks passionate, he looks like he loves it. He's made it clear to me that he wants to continue to play and be available, but that's a conversation between himself and Michael that they'll have to thrash out.
Stephen, you said at the top there that you weren't too happy with Lasana coming back. What was happened there?
Well, you want your players here, resting and recuperating and getting ready for Hamilton, so it just means that he hasn't been involved in the last couple of days' preparation for Hamilton, but he's a fit lad, he's been around since day one, he knows how we play, so it's not a big deal, but it's just, any manager will tell you the same. When the players come back a few days before the fixture, it's not ideal.
Was that through his own doing? Or?
No, he's done nothing wrong. He's tried to get back as quick as he can. The good thing is he's healthy, he's fit, and he's available for Sunday, which is great.
Well, what have you made of Aberdeen selling so few tickets for the League Cup semi-final?
Business.
Are you pleased that Rangers fans are going to get more tickets?
Yes.
Do you think it will be more of an advantage for you now?
Well, to be honest with you, Rangers always, well, more often than not, have the majority of the seats anyway, and they always give us great support, so the more the better as far as we're concerned, but in terms of what's going on, it's none of our business.
Sure. Mind you said a few weeks ago, Stephen, when you were asked about Umar Sadiq, obviously next week you're going to have Kyle and Alfredo missing, that he had to improve in a number of areas. Has he shown that improvement to you?
He has. He's been working very hard. He's got his head down. He's improved a lot. His application's improved and his quality's improved. So yeah, he's given me something to think about in the future.
Do you think that warning essentially you gave him is some critique that was what hasn't inspired this sort of turnaround in his efforts?
I don't know. That's something you'd have to ask Umar. But yeah, sometimes when a manager is honest with you, sometimes you have to self-reflect and go away, and if you're a proper footballer and a good footballer, you analyse, self-reflect and come back stronger.
In terms of the international aspect, are you happy to have your guys going to be in international football? Is it something you think is positive for the club? It's been for a number of years, the way the club was, getting guys into international squads was something beyond a lot of the players, but is it?
Well, I used to love playing for England, and sometimes I'd come back late, sometimes I'd come back injured, so I'm not going to sit here now and put the whales to right in terms of international football. We love our players doing well, and we love it when they get attention from international managers and their countries. We all know how proud they are to go and represent them, and we're proud to watch them and hope they do well and wish them all the best. But from a selfish point of view, as a manager, like every other manager on the planet, you're watching the TV, you're making calls and texts to try and protect them and look after them, and you've got your fingers crossed they all come back healthy, because we've got huge games of football here in the near future.
Barisic, Katic, they both come back okay?
Barisic is very close, won't be available for the weekend. Katic is fine, 100%, ready to go.
In terms of this away record that's sort of been hanging over you since you came in, this is another opportunity to sort of get it struck off on Sunday?
Of course, that's exactly what it is, another opportunity for us to go and show everyone that we are capable. We proved it against Kilmarnock in a cup game, we've proved it in Europe. We're in terrific form at home. The lads just need to go and believe in themselves and go and get the job done. I've got every confidence they can go and get a result on Sunday.
What have you made of the semi-final there? There's been a lot can happen in the space of 6 months. How would you describe what sort of place you're in now to when Rangers were last at Hampden and you played the semi-final against Celtic?
Yeah, a lot better circumstances for myself personally, but yeah, on and off the field, it's been a pretty positive start to the season, and it's another opportunity for the boys to go and show what we can do next Sunday and try and get to a final.
What was your thinking when the manager came in? Because obviously when the new manager comes in, everyone thinks, right, am I going to be part of his plans? What was your initial thoughts?
Well, I've been pretty honest in reflecting that and saying that I probably didn't think my future lied at Rangers. Thankfully, the gaffer, gave me that chance to show what I can do, and obviously take me on the trip to Marbella, and he showed a lot of faith in me, and obviously I'm in debt to him for that, and it's just up to me to repay it in performances this season.
You've played in a couple of positions so far this season. Some people maybe see that as a hindrance because you can be seen as a utility manager.
Good players can play anywhere. Good footballers can play in every position, and good players don't complain what position they get told to play in. I played in them all, not a problem.
So you see that as a benefit because you can really slot in anywhere? I'm
happy when I get a jersey, yeah, so wherever it is, it's business time, so it's just about putting a good performance in.
The away record, obviously a lot's been made of it. Do you feel that it's something that the players think about a lot, or is it just a case of it's just another game?
Not really. I think we believe in what we're doing here. Obviously we've made Ibrox a bit of a fortress this season in all competitions, and I'm sure sooner rather than later we'll reflect that, and we'll start taking the performances into the away games, and like the gaffer said, the big opportunities to put that right on Sunday.
How do you translate that home form into the away games?
By doing what we do every single day. That's it.
Stephen, can I get your take on the decision to withdraw Paul Gascoigne's nomination from the Scottish Football Hall of Fame?
Well, Paul Gascoigne's my hero, a player I admired an awful lot. Bought the VHSs, the CDs, the shirt, all the memorabilia that come with Gaza. He's my hero. So I'm disappointed for him, of course. It's a shame, because I certainly think as a player and a talent and a man, he deserves to be in there.
It appears that the catalyst for his nomination being withdrawn was the threat from some SFA board members not to attend the dinner. Does that come as a surprise to you?
I don't know the circumstances, to be honest, so I've got nothing more to add on it, but I'd just like to echo the fact that I love Paul Gascoigne. That's all I need to say on it.
Well, there you go, guys, with a lot come out in that interview. And incidentally, I thought the question they asked Andy Halliday about a utility man was bang out of order, and I was glad Stephen Gerrard stepped in. He was kind of demeaning Andy Halliday's role at Ibrox, and I did not like it. Was it only me that took that out at Bridgeman?
No, I think I picked up on that. I think based on what I heard there from Andy Halliday, sounds as if you've got a guy who's quite solid, got a good idea what he wants now, and he's been obviously grateful to the manager for giving him his a breath, basically giving him a revisit of the form and so on, so for a revival his form, and he's proved it when he's came on the pitch. He's not done much wrong, and look, I'm under no illusions about Andy Halliday. Whether as we step up in quality, we might be leaving people like Andy Halliday behind, because maybe he won't be able to step up and keep up with us as we go forward. But at the present moment, He's not done anything wrong. He comes on the park and he does his job, which is what the manager's wanting. In some cases, he was a bit of a standout in some cases, to be honest. So no, I'm happy with Andy Halliday and what he does, and I think he deserves his slots.
Aye, Shadow.
I have to agree with you there. I think it was just, being quite honest, I think it was just plain ignorance. Saying that, oh, you're a utility player. You know, it's just that's just plain ignorant. It's like that. Very glad the manager stepped in, like you said, and put them back in their place. In fact, he's put them back in their place on several occasions this season. That's really nice to see. He didn't get sucked into that question at the end about Gaza either, but he came out and supported Gaza as well. Absolutely fantastic interview for me.
Jimmy?
Yeah, it was a great interview again, and Andy and the gaffer dealt with the loaded question, you know. What a disgusting question to ask, you know. Andy Halliday wouldn't be there doing the interview today if the gaffer didn't want him to be there. And for that kind of question to be asked, it was just, there's nothing to... There's no duck to pick up the Rangers as they feel they know, so they just I'll throw that one in. Look, we all know what Andy Halliday can contribute to the team, and we've all had our moans about Andy Halliday the last couple of seasons, but he's come back now and he's performed very well when he has been picked, and I'm happy with his performances so far. On Paul Gascoigne, when I watched it today, I thought, that was magic, you know. He's a hero of mine, and no just talking VHS, and I'll be waiting saying, what's a VHS, you know, and that goes away back. Absolutely brilliant. He's a hero of us as well as the gaffers, and that is brilliant. Stevie G never getting embroiled on in any reason why he never got it. Gaza never got the nomination or the induction, which was good. So he said his answers with aplomb. He just went in there, did what he had today, as usual. Fantastic interview, fantastic presser, and no complaints. You know, he answered every question professionally, the way we know he is a professional Rangers legend. Will hopefully become a Rangers legend in the future. Absolutely brilliant presser, guys.
Aye, well said, Jim. Yourself, Foxy? Fox?
Sorry, pal, I was on mute there. I didn't think it was a derogatory question whatsoever. I think it was a similar thought that a lot of Rangers fans had Andy's position at Ibrox. But I think it served Andy Halliday well and the manager well with their answers, mate. Andy Halliday came out and, for me, showed that he's willing to play in any position for Rangers, as he said, if you get a jersey. And I think Stephen Gerrard hammering home the point there that if you're good enough, you can play anywhere. That's a big shot across the shot across the bows for a lot of maybe other team players in our group who think they can only play in one position. And I thought it was quite a good question, mate, and I don't know if anybody does agree with me that. No.
Aye, well, there we go, Fox, but that's the way they seem to operate nowadays. It's they've got to be on their guard all the time at these press conferences, but I'm really impressed with the way Stephen Gerrard handled himself as well. You know, when you compare and contrast that with, you know, Pedro and the things he used to say to him, and even in his later days, Mark Warburton, you know, I'm delighted, and it's good Katic is back again, Jimmy, eh?
Ah, definitely. Pleased to see that. You know, a big fan of Katic, same as the rest of the guys, you know. I'm looking forward to see him return to the team in Sunday and strengthen the defence the way it should be. It should be shored up. I'm a wee bit concerned about Barisic. I don't know what the situation is with him. You know, is it a long-term injury? What are they saying?
I think he said at one point Barisic is on his way back.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's good because no. But everybody was thinking along the lines, not just the guys on here, but there's a lot of talk sitting about with Alm and that. No, is there something really wrong with Barisic and that? But brilliant stuff. Like you see, like to see him and Katic back. I don't know about Flanagan. Is he up for it? I don't know. He comes in there and he does a job for us, but not all the time. But Katic coming in Sunday. I'll be pleased with that, guys. I'll be really pleased to be returned on Sunday.
Will be yourself, Bridge?
I think he said Barisic is nearly there. So I'm quite happy. I really like Barisic. I think he's a smashing player. And I really do want Gresda to get there, because these boys are all good. They're good quality players. As long as they get used to the Scottish game, or the pace of the Scottish game, it can be quite fervent at times. And the way the manager spoke, I thought that every player's good. Even Arfield isn't that far, that far away. They know what it is. It's just I think it's just a bit of rest he needs, to be honest. And that'll need to be seen to be believed, of course. But for me, everybody's there. Everybody's available to all intents and purposes. They're just about there. So within the next few weeks, they'll be getting used. That's what I took out of that. I didn't take anything else, and that's include all the guys that are there. Katic, I know a lot of guys like him. I like him myself, but I think he's going to have a big fight in his hands to displace the boy Worrell. I think the boy Worrell's been playing quite well. I'm not saying he's a magnificent player, but he has been playing quite well. So he's shown a bit of form. So it's going to be a good battle to see if Katic can get back into the team. He's a boy that's done smashing by us, so I've got no problems there. If he gets in, I won't have a problem.
What about yourself, Shadow?
I'm glad Katic is back. As for me, I think he's a big traditional, uncompromising central defender. I think he's more suited. It does look like he's more suited to the Scottish game and the domestic football. And Worrell seems better when he's got that wee bit more time in the European game. So I'm glad he's back. Same as the JFK there. Wee bit disappointed Barisic is not quite back yet. I think particularly in a game like this, the option, when it's difficult to open up defences who are sitting deep, when they can drag the full-back, when the winger can drag the full-back inside, it's a perfect opportunity for the wing-back to scoot round the outside and put it in. With his left peg, he puts in a very telling delivery for me. So it would have been nice to see him back, but he's nearly back. But still at the same point, in midfield, Koulibaly, he was late back, he is available. I doubt if he'll, from what he was saying there, might be a bit debatable whether he'll play or not. But we've got players like Jordan Rossiter and Ejaria, and so there's several. Ryan Jack, he's been back playing a wee bit recently, so we should have more than enough cover there to take care of Hamilton for me.
Yourself, Fox, Katic, happy to see Katic back?
Delighted, mate. I thought he was, when he started teaming up with Connor Goldson, I thought before he got injured he was the better of the two, believe it or not. And I think he's a great big player, a great big young player, going to do very well at Rangers. I think he will start alongside Connor Goldson, and if we can get a couple of goals in front that we're hoping for, I think we might see Goldson coming off and maybe Macaulay getting a wee run out. If he's up to fitness, that's a possibility late on in the game for me. I think whether Andy Halliday will start at left back in front of Flanagan would be the question for me. With Andy doing the press conference, it usually means that you're in the team. So I can see Andy being at left back. Katic, Goldson and Taverner as we're back four, mate.
Aye, it's interesting. It's, Coop in the lobby was saying there he would always start Katic before Worrell. And I suppose there's an argument to be had there. Worrell's he's a loanee, isn't he? And Katic is our player. I would always put the guy you've signed in front, but doesn't seem to be that. Having said that, I'm not criticising Joe Worrell. I think he's been smashing, he's been really good for us, But the man I like, and I don't think he gets enough credit, is the man he talk about, Lassana Koulibaly. I think he's a cracking player. I love the way he gets about the park, he breaks up play and everything else. If you look back at that goal Rapid Vienna's, he actually got a tackle and took it off, who is it, Alosevic's toe. Unfortunately, it fell to the teammate, you know, but I think he's a cracking player, Jimmy.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, I've seen him play every game that he's played. He's performed really, really well. It's unfortunate he only arrived back, as far as I know, he only arrived back about 7 or 8 hours before Stevie G done his interview. He arrived late. They were playing Burundi in 2 African Nations Cups games. And Mali's new at the top of the section, as far as I know. It was a nut in each and a one each. No. He's a cracking player, true. Definitely, you know, and it's just a pity that he's not a permanent signing for us. I'd love to see him be permanently signed for us. But we've always said here before, when he's performed, we've performed. He's a cracking player, and it'd be good to see him take his place in the team on Sunday. But that'll obviously depend on the travelling they had. I mean, they played on the 12th and the 16th, so it took them 3 and a bit days nearly to get home. You know, so it'll be interesting to see what the situation is with him come Sunday. But if the gaffer's happy with to start him, definitely. Koulibaly for me, number 1 in the team sheet, definitely. Get him in there.
I think I've heard, anyway, I don't know, I couldn't confirm it, but I've heard we've got an option to buy him anyway at the end of his loan period. I don't know, it could be right, it could be wrong, I don't know. Fox, Koulibaly for you, mate?
Good prospect for us, mate. I hope we can sign him. Shows a lot of pace, and he's quick in the tackle, good positional sense. Can meander forward as well. I think he's a good all-round midfielder. Whether he'll start tomorrow, I'm not so sure with him being late back. Gerard did say that he was fit and healthy, so probably will. I think the middle 3 will be interesting tomorrow to see who takes the 3 slots. We've got plenty of options there. With Ryan Jack back as well, Doran's fit. You've got a Jarry, mate. It'll be interesting to see what 3 actually start. And of course, Andy Halliday could also fit in there if Flanagan holds on to the left back position. It'll be interesting to see the 3 that actually start the game tomorrow. Sunday, sorry.
That's it, mate. You've got so many decent midfielders now. You're want to see them on the game, aren't you know? Koulibaly for you, Shadow?
Oh, absolutely, mate. Absolutely fantastic player. I was a big fan from after seeing him a couple of times on the pitch. You could see there was plenty there. His engine is phenomenal. And he goes, when he's totally fit, he goes for 90 minutes. It can be the first minute or it could be the 90th minute, and he'll be hurtling up that pitch. Support a break. He's absolutely fantastic player. He's strong in the tackle. You saw that time where it sounded like the 1 o'clock gun going off in Edinburgh when the guy hit the hip tackle. He just hit Koulibaly and went nowhere. So he's good and strong in the tackle as well, and he's got a bit up top as well. Seems to be quite an intelligent footballer too. Never doesn't seem to dive in like some other people in the team, so are a wee bit guilty of now and then. Only dives in when he absolutely has to. So great player for me.
Aye, Bridge.
Yeah, agreed. He's a smashing player. We've spoke about him in the past on the show, and I think there's nobody got a bad word to say about him. And I think most of us would say, providing he's fit and available, he's number 1 name on the team sheet. You know, because he's definitely got great qualities. And as I say, it's a form thing. If he's on form and he's fit, then he should be in the team, because he adds great stuff, great value to Rangers. And sometimes he's coming back for playing different style of football, different type of football. I heard Shadow, I don't know whether Shadow said he actually played both games, but if he did, well done. And that's another feather in his cap. So there's great things for him. I know I've said in the past, I believe I read that there was an option. Rangers signed him on loan with an option to buy and generally that option, if there's an option, then it's that price agreed before it. However, the way he's been playing for us, if there's no option there, it's going to cost us a few quid to buy him, but buy him I would, for sure. Great player, smashing player for us. What's the student?
I tell you, it reminds me, maybe not so much in his style, but a Trevor Stephen, actually. You know, he goes about the game, he goes about quietly and effectively doing the job. I don't think he's one of these players that's going to be a complete standout in a game. He's one of the players that also cruises through it, you know, and you don't really notice. I think he's a fantastic player, you know. But big week for us. Jimmy, how you want to see the scores going if you could have your pick, mate?
Oh, ideally, we'd like to see us win the 3 games that were coming up. But Sunday, I'm like Fox. We shouldn't be frightened. I'm looking for 2. I'm going to look for 3 or 4 against Hamilton on Sunday. I said the same against Livingston, and it come back and bit me big time. You know, I said 4 or 5 then, and I would think that we're more than capable of doing that on Sunday, and we're more than capable of getting a result on the Thursday, and I'm confident for next Sunday. But I'll be really disappointed, as I said before the Livingston game, that if we didn't go and beat a team like Hamilton at the bottom of the league. But we've got to get it out of our heads about we've talked about this, the artificial stuff. The team have got to get it out of their heads, go and play the football we know we can play, and it'll all take care of itself, and we can go out there and perform well, and no matter what team we put out. And I'm hoping for a 4 or 5 nothing Sunday, guys.
Aye, fair enough, pal. Bridgeman?
As far as the score, can I just say I agree 100%. We're wanting the biggest score we can get, and I want Rangers to go out and mollocate this mob on Sunday. But seriously, the way I am, my mind doesn't let me rest at all when it comes to these things, and I keep getting sort of flashbacks to what happened with Livingston. So I'll be really delighted with a 1-0 win. I'll be happy with a 1-0 win, but obviously really delighted if we go out and mollocate them. And I don't care how many we score, if we mollocate them. Go out there and do it. 5, 6, 7, you know, that kind of thing. No problem. Hibs put 6 past them, so Rangers should have no fears.
Okay, Fox, for you?
How would I like to see the scores gone in the next few games? 5-0 against Hamilton, 2-0 against Spartak, and then 5-0 against Aberdeen. That's what I'd like to see, mate.
Shadow, what about yourself?
Well, as you know yourselves, I'm more one that's sort of like I couldn't care less if we scored 6 or 7, as long as we get a good solid performance from the team and get the 3 points. And if we can get 3-0 up, I'd settle for 3-0 if we could get it 3-0 up early doors, and get some other players on the pitch. A, to give them game time, and B, to give us some of the more key players to the first team a rest as well. I'd far more for that. As regards the European game, again, 3 points for me, and it's exactly the same thing. You know, it's got to be. That's how it's got to be. You know, if you could get ahead, get the game won, then rest the players for the next game. Those are totally 100% safe.
All right, boys. I think I asked that question the wrong way around, so you can. I'll ask for your apologies on that one. What's the most important game out of the 3, Jimmy?
The most important game out of 3 is Sunday. I'll put them in a 1, 2, and a 3. Sunday, this Sunday, following Sunday, and the European game 3rd. This game on Sunday is a must. It's a league or nothing for me, and I think it's So that is a way. Hamilton beat them, beat Aberdeen, and then 3rd I would go beating Spartak. That was the order I'd put it in, True.
All right, mate. We've been joined by a caller. Evening, caller.
Good evening, guys. It's Tracy here. How you doing?
Oh, Tracy.
How are you? All right?
Yep. We're good.
Good. Do you know what my question is, right? I listened to the news last night about Derek McKenna, right, talking about Aberdeen, the selection they got for their allocation for their tickets, right? They knew they were never going to fulfil their allocation at Hampden, right? But they still requested the allocation. They didn't serve them in blocks, but they were supposed to do, right? But then Derek McInnes was on the news last night saying, right, the last season ticket holders, he was actually phoning season ticket holders, right, to ask them to buy the tickets. Then he says it was a holiday week, right, for October, but it was a holiday week for October for everybody in Scotland, right? And he says maybe after the holiday, people will actually buy the tickets. Now, to think that we were actually going to take him as a manager, right, but we took Gerrard. So I know Gerrard has got us into the Europa League. He's done so well within our league that we have now. He's bought a lot of players. He's had a lot of sort of like backing for the Rangers Football Club. What would you say if actually we didn't get Gerrard and we actually took McInnes? What do you think the difference would be?
Do you want to come in?
Are you saying, sorry, it was a question, what the difference would be if we'd taken McInnes instead of
rather
taking...
than Gerrard, aye. Compared to what we've done now, because we've went so well, we've done so well.
I don't think the club, my club, Rangers, I don't think we would be anywhere near as happy as from a fan's perspective as we are now. I don't think the club would be, shall we say, breaking even financially. I don't think so. I don't think the team would be as happy as well, because there's a lot of happiness in that team. And look at the boys we brought in. McInnes could never have ever have attracted the players there, and I think there would have been uproar at Ibrox if McInnes had took it, because he definitely wouldn't get the way our team's playing. We're playing very well, and look where we are in Europe. He would never have taken us there, never ever, not in a month of Sundays.
Totally.
Jimmy,
we got out of jail. Hi Tracy.
Hiya, how you doing, Jimmy? All right?
No, man, I'm fine, sweetheart. We got out of jail when we never had put McInnes in as manager. You know, he just spouts so much rubbish. You know, for him to turn around and say about...
I didn't rate him as a manager for us.
Aye, exactly, Tracy.
No enough backbone.
Aye, because when they played the unwashed, the beggars and that, he gave them plaudits and all that. They were the better team, and we were up like, no, all that rubbish. But for it to turn around and say about the ticket situation, don't forget it was a family holiday and all that, and blah blah blah.
We're over there in Scotland. I've been staff this week. I've signed papers.
We did get out of jail, Tracy. I mean, we all know. I mean, he played for Rangers, but he had a good suntan, and that's about all he had. And it was a fake tan.
At the end of the day, he has. At the end of the day, right, he is a chair, right, but I think he sort of turned goat. Know what I mean?
Well, I wouldn't even. I mean, I'm going to come in there and say that I wouldn't even class him as a jail. No.
I was in his day.
Well, I'm not going to ask how old you're, Tracy, that, but when I've seen him play in the flesh and he wasn't all that great a player. Now, he was all right, nothing great, but for me, his comments about coming up against a great Celtic team and that, the green and grey, how he gave them plaudits and that, but he's with the Shaggers now, and you've got to let him just go ahead and do what he's got to do. And I'm really, really pleased that I never wanted him as a manager when he was muted.
Totally not.
And a lot of guys when I drink me and say, "Oh, he'll do well for Rangers." No, he's not a good manager.
Not got enough room.
Yeah, a great point you made, Tracy. He's a poor manager. He's managing a poor team, and let's hope we put him in his place next Sunday.
Next Sunday.
Definitely. We are the people.
But you know what, I actually watched the news last night and I thought, could you imagine the actual club phoning season ticket holders and ask them to buy a ticket? Now we knew, like, the fall is like probably less than 9,000 and that's at a home game. So why were these guys, or the Shaggers, right, going to go to an away game and have a better like support at an away game, especially in Glasgow? No chance.
No, of course
No chance.
Of course there's no chance, but that's...
They should have been fined. They should have been fined.
Well...
Because they never settled them in blocks. They settled them between all different bits, right? And they should get fined with the SFA, but they never, because that's it. Because they'll hate us.
I
know
that.
That's the end of the day.
But I think the total embarrassment for them was that when the SPFL took all the tickets back off them and decided that they were going to relocate their fans, we're going to tell you where you have to sell the tickets for. That is better than a fine for me. That's telling us, get it round you. We're going to tell you where to sell the tickets.
It's absolutely bitterness.
Of course it is. But you know what? We rise above it, Tracy. And that's what we always do as Rangers fans.
Because we have nothing to hide. Nothing whatsoever.
Of course we don't.
Nothing. We don't see anything under the carpet.
Yeah.
So my other question was, right, about the fan zone, right? You know, they're saying like, oh, you don't, no fan zone for Ibrox, right? And we have a Republican SNP, sorry, I know it's political, right? And it should be nothing to do with football, right? But, you know what, I don't act myself, like my boy's 17 now, right? So obviously he's not a Rangers support, well he is, supports Rangers, but doesn't go to football, so I go myself, right? As you know, my husband doesn't go to football, I go with my dad. But I'm like, do you know what, say we had a wee fan zone for the youngins, Rangers could make so much money for that. And I don't mean that in a bad way, like try to rip off the supporters, but I'm saying, like, you know, it's revenue.
I can understand what you're saying, Tracy, right, you know, but it's not just about making money, right? Because, I mean, you'll see, and all the guys here that are on the forum here, and all the guys out in the lobby, and the guys and the lassies and all that, look, when I walk into Ibrox, whatever day it is, I see so many young kids just milling about with their mums and dads. No, there's a wee fan zone thing that goes on at the old Edmondson Club, but it's not much. I know that, right? And but
we could have a bloody restaurant. We could have just across the road, fed like the club. The wee pitches are, but they say, oh, it's the youth today to play the football. That's what the SNP are saying, right? Saying today we could have a club there, right? The granddads, the aunties or the uncles or whatever, taking their grandbabies, their nieces and their nephews to there. And you could have a wee drink, you could have a bit of screen up.
As Oxgear and Fox had said there a couple of weeks ago, now one of the ideas that they come up with is to try and turn the old Edmondson Club into some sort of...
That's a revenue, right enough.
I know, but...
I'm never going to night out in there.
Some sort of museum, restaurant, some place where families can go and eat. And that's what Oxgear and the Fox were talking about. And that'd be a great idea. You know, it's not just about making money off of the fans. It's about making the fans happy. And the people you need to make happy first and foremost are the kids that we bring along to the games.
That's the future.
Of course it is. And it's no... We've seen it many times that the young boys and lassies just walking about, the Harmony Row thing across the road. And that's an ideal place to have a fan zone and let the kids come in there and enjoy the experience of just stoning at a hamburger stall or whatever it is they stone. Let them come into Ibrox and there's a fan zone, and that'd be great, Tracy.
Oh, it would be absolutely brilliant. Because I've been going there since I was 5, right? I didn't go for a while because of my health, obviously, but do you know what? I still, at 47, get the buzz when I get in there. My heart rates and I'm like that. Do you know what I mean? It's family, it's totally...
Try being 95 like Fox.
Shut up.
It never leaves you, Tracy.
What else I seen the other day, right? I don't know if this is true, right? Steven Gerrard has actually said that he will not let any of his players or him stop for autographs or photos. I don't know if it's true or no, right? But then he did stop it at Liverpool. But I said to myself, do you know what, I can understand it before the game, right? Because at the end of the day, they're doing a job, right? They're going in there, right, at the beginning of the game, they're in there, they're psyched up, they've obviously got their wee, like boosting morale and all that. They're getting there to do a job. They've got 90 minutes on the pitch. Obviously, the wee break for 15 minutes. I understand that, but after it, they should stop for autographs. That.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if the rest of the guys. I mean, I did see a wee bit in the papers and that, but I don't know if the rest of the guys have seen more than I've seen. I seen a wee snippet that he'd be stopping the guys getting into, or stop getting autographs or pictures at Hubble Centre.
I do agree before the game, not after, but I agree before the game, because I think like they're totally concentrated. I know you see a lot of them they come off in the bus with their headphones on. They're obviously concentrated. Maybe they're listening to music they like. They're like, right, they're totally like, we've got to win a game, right? You know, that's the thing. But that would never have happened when the Jungle Soldier was in charge, though. They wouldn't have come onto off the bus or whatever it was with headphones on.
No, I sincerely hope that's not true. I really do. We're the Rangers.
Me too.
We're the Rangers. I've always said that directors, managers and players will come and go. We're the Rangers. And I think if you're going up there with a wee Wayne or whatever, my granddaughter or something like that, if them knocked her. It happened to me one night with Arthur Newman and Sebastian Rosenthal. Right. They were walking by and no signing autographs. I stood in front of them when they let them by it, they signed it. Because they're Rangers players and we're the lifeblood of Rangers. And I think signing a wee autograph for a Wayne is no too much to ask a MD, Tracy.
Exactly. I know I got my days right when I was young and all that, right? I'm 48 next Saturday, right? And I did my day right when I was like getting everybody to sign my wee autograph book and that. I've still kept them and all that, right? And at the end of the day, it was a pure like, oh my God, do you know what I mean? The Rangers signed my autograph book. No, I don't mind, do you know what I mean? Because to me, I just want to play and win, do you know what I mean? But for the young supporters, I'm like, Joe, it's like, it's a sort of godsend for them, do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, Marella signed my autograph book, Lafferty signed my autograph book, McGregor signed it, you know what I mean? Arfield signed it, but I heard that in, I don't know if it's true, but I heard it in follow the other day on Facebook, and I'm like, I don't know if it's true, but maybe I just take it with a pinch of salt. You know what it's like, you know what I mean? Spin doctors and media and all that, do you know what I mean?
You'll need to get the flares brushed down, Fox. That's a birthday party we're going to next Saturday.
I'm going to have a Halloween party next week.
Answer a couple of Tracy's points there. On the Denny McKenna's thing, he was offered the job. We know he was offered the job, but
I'm so glad he never took it.
He didn't have faith in his own ability to do the job and knocked it back.
No, get it back on, mate.
The difference is, to me, we wouldn't have half of the players that we've got at Ibrox now, because I don't think he could attract players of that calibre.
Not at all.
Anybody
correct.
he did sign would have been run-of-the-mill Scottish players that had been overpriced.
You're absolutely spot on. Absolutely spot on.
And on the second point, I'm sorry Stevie never phoned you up about the ticket, because he phoned me up and asked me if I wanted my usual seat at Hampden, and I just said, Stevie, I'll see you there, pal.
Stevie G's my man.
What about your cell blue shadow with Tracy's points? Oh, he's away out with the dog, I think.
No, I was doing a bridge, man.
I actually, be perfectly honest, right, when Stevie Gerrard was coming here, I actually thought, I didn't think he was actually going to be the manager, but I actually thought he'd be. Great footballer, absolute legend in Liverpool, absolute legend down south. Never thought he would be a manager. All right, he did the under-21s, right? So but see when he came here, I think the guy actually knows. I think he knows, like, after the first half, right, a game, I think he takes his players in and he's like, right, he does go to other games, obviously, and watches he watches, like, the players that he's going to the team's going to come across, right? But sorry, I've had 2 bottles of wine tonight and whatever. But I think he actually looks at them and thinks, right, do you know what? This is what's going to happen. I think he looks at the technicality and every player. He looks at the way they play. He looks at the way they cross the ball. He looks at the way they're going to, like, passing it to, like, say, the midfield to the strikers. And I think at the end of the day, when they come into the second half, Rangers come into the second half, I think they're better than what they are for the first half.
Right, and true. With regard to the McKenna thing, yes, we did dodge a bullet with McKenna, there's no doubt about it. What the effect would have been, well, we certainly wouldn't have got the amount of season tickets that we sold this year if we'd gone for Derek McInnes rather than Stephen Gerrard. That way, because of that, there wouldn't have been anywhere near the amount of backing that we gave Stephen Gerrard if we'd had McInnes. As regards everything else, I don't think we'd have got half the backroom staff that we've got now if we'd brought in McInnes rather than Stephen Gerrard. So I reckon the whole thing would have been just I'd say a good 40% down on where we are just now.
You agree with that, Tracy?
I do, absolutely. I think at the end of the day, it's not just Stephen Gerrard, it's Gavin McAllister, it's the background staff, it's the personnel, it's the psychology and all that against them as well. Do you know what I mean? It's everybody down to the last tee. Do you know what I mean? It's not just Stephen Gerrard, it's everybody. It's all get looked into, do you know what I mean, for the nitty gritty. Do you know what I mean? It's like, let's see how the other team play, and it's like, let's attack. Don't get me wrong, right? I don't think Stevie Gerrard, like when we played Celtic, I don't even like saying that word. Sorry, the green and grey. Right, I said that word. I think he didn't realise what it was like here in Scotland. When we played them, it was like nothing. There was nothing. Do you know what I mean? It was total shit. Sorry. But I think he knows now how bad it is. And I think he'll know when we go on the 29th of December, when we play them, that it's going to be total carnage.
I think he'll learn that. I think every new manager coming into Rangers learns these kind of things, Tracy, I often say at the Hamilton we play on Sunday, will know by the Hamilton everybody else has played, they'll be at a level higher, against the Rangers.
Exactly. Forget about the plastic pitch.
Aye.
Forget about the plastic pitch.
Aye. But we all know that.
I've got 5'2", my wee bet Fred.
Aye. What are you dressing up as?
Nothing. I was going to dress up as a grease. No, it's my birthday next Saturday, so I'm out with my man and my boy and his girlfriend, do you know what I mean? So I've been in my bed for a whole week this week.
Aye.
But do you know what? I can't, honestly, I'm looking forward to Thursday. I'm not going on Sunday because it's an away game, but my dad's gone. He's sitting there, Hamilton end, the front row. He says, they don't know me, I have no colours on, so I'll just sit there. It's all the time we get tickets, do you know what I mean? I
don't think I'll have much problem there anyway. But
I know they say plastic pitch and all that, but do you know what? At the end of the day, it shouldn't matter any difference. It shouldn't matter.
Aye, well, there are two teams playing on it, eh?
Aye.
So you're looking for a positive result on Sunday then? What's the big game for you, the three?
But at the end of the day, we've got Hamilton, we've got Motherwell, we've got St Mirren, I'm trying to think of it, we've got St Mirren away. I'll go to that game because I'm in Paisley, do you know what I mean? So.
Right, so that's handy for you then?
Aye, I'll just walk down.
Aye, good stuff. Good stuff.
But so it's all about the Rangers.
Aye, what's the big game for you this week? The three games?
Hamilton.
Hamilton, that's most important, you reckon?
I'd rather win the league than the Europa.
Right.
My heart is with the 55.
I think we're all the same. I think we all want to win the three games, but I don't know if...
Don't get me wrong, right? It's great to be with the Rooney Europa League, right? But see, at the end of the day, I just want to win the league. Oh my God, I will be ecstatic. I'll agree. In fact, I'd probably agree every Rangers game when we win.
Aye, it'll be the sweetest one out of a lot, I think, for me anyway.
And I don't mean this in a bad way, right? But I'm not going to swear, but I'll just stick my two fingers up to everybody that I know.
You'll have plenty of choice in Paisley, eh?
Because that's a pure Tim feast in here. I didn't actually want to move to Paisley. I had to because my husband.
Well, there you go.
That's what happens. You can't pick your team. No, you can pick your team, but you can't pick your husband. He's a good soul, right enough. He puts up with me, do you know what I mean?
Aye, well.
He doesn't like football terminal when it goes. I've got myself in fourth place, do you know what I mean?
Aye, well, there you go.
You're saddled.
Oh dear.
That's the way
But who cares?
Oh dear.
It's all for the best.
Brilliant stuff.
So, I mean, that's at the end of the day.
Aye, but anyway, we've come to that time of night again, people. It's been a pleasure speaking to you tonight, Bridgeman, Blue Shadow, Jimmy, and our Fox. Who did I miss there? Tracy. And Tracy as well. It's great. I love when women phone in being a feminist. I always like that. I'm not a
feminist, by the way.
Oh no, I'm Tracy. Sorry.
Oh, I'm not. I'll tell you that right now. I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle of the road. He being a feminist. I mean.
Aye, well there we go. But anyway, I'll leave a last word to Bridgeman. Then if we got all going mute, I'll finish the show off, and that'll be
love yous and leave yous, guys.
Right, okay, Tracy. Thanks for calling.
Love you guys. Bye.
Bridgeman.
Yeah, what can I say? Marvellous night tonight. Great discussions, good points. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, in particular Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, massive game on Sunday, huge game for the Bears. Let's go out and mollocate them Rangers, every single one of us. Keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers need us. Keep it going.
And that was the one and only Bridgeman there, with the usual sentiments. Keep it going for the Rangers. So thanks, Blue Shadow, Bridgeman, Jimmy, Fox for the technicals, and Old School Blue. This has been Rangers Radio. I think we're back on Sunday. Is that right, Fox? There
will be a pre-match show on Sunday, starting roughly about 12:30.
That's great. So thanks everybody that's been listening on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. All the beers in the lobby, and I see my old pal Oxshare's in there. We're looking for you to get you back here, Oxshare. So you're being missed, pal. So don't worry about it. But anyway, good night, everybody, and we'll see you on Sunday again.
On in the night somewhere ahead, blue turned into green and then it was red. I'm stirring the night, loud music plays. The light I saw in the night was the penny arcade. Each machine seemed to see as I walked around the penny arcade. Just ring the bell, the big bagatelle, you'll make all the color lights cascade. And the music played in the penny arcade. Yes, it played and it played all the time. Hold up and spend your last time. It's the blue, blue, blue sea of Iros. It's the greatest sight that I have ever seen. It's the blue, blue, blue sea of Iros. And it's part of every Rangers player's dreams. It's the